How's it going, everybody? It's boy Pixelated Pat here today with the first episode of our Pokemon Gaia Nuzlocke. I'm super excited to share this game with you guys. I've heard a lot of great things about it and seen some great reviews, so I'm really excited to get things underway. So right off the bat, we have our first little mini mission, I guess you could call it. We gotta find this kid's lost Weedle here in the cave. All I gotta say is, I hope this kid doesn't own a dog, because if it's that easy to lose a Weedle, then he'd probably be a terrible dog owner. Moving right along, we'll see one of the coolest features in the game, and that's the addition of Pokemon from generations 4 through 6. There's a lot of great encounters in this cave, but if you remember my encounter post from the other day, then you'll remember that our encounter for this area was Whismur. Not the best considering what this cave offers, but you gotta work what you get in a Nuzlocke. Speaking of, it's honestly so funny to me whenever people leave extremely toxic and negative comments trying to criticize my movesets, because anyone who's actually played ROM hacks and randomizers will tell you that sometimes you're gonna get scraps. Like, there's times when the game isn't gonna give you jack shit in terms of moves that are viable, so you really just gotta work with what you get. It just goes to show you that it's always the people that don't know what they're talking about that are the ones talking the most shit. But yeah, you'll probably notice that I'll be speeding through the battles. It's mostly weak Pokemon that I'm beating up on, so it's not the most interesting battles, but I still feel it necessary to share it in its entirety so I can prove that I'm getting through the area deathless. Although that was probably bound to happen anyways because I grind. But yeah, speaking of grinding, I hope the developer of this game added in the Versus Seeker. I'll grind against Wild all day if I have to, but beating up on weaker trainers to stack EXP is so much quicker in my opinion. And it also gives you a lot of extra cash, which is in my opinion one of the most vital assets when it comes to surviving long routes in dungeons. Like, if you don't play it smart and turn yourself into a walking Pokemon center, it won't be a good time. But yeah, just switching up my lead real quick so I can make sure everybody gets some levels in before the first gym. The level cap going into the first gym is 13, so all of these guys got plenty of room to grow. Now we're going to talk this guy real quick. It looks like we have a hidden item which we are going to take right in front of him, because you can do that when you're the protagonist. But what you can't do is avoid encounters when you're poor, because you can't afford to buy repels. F's in the chat for the hopes of a slightly shorter reel, the true first death of the Nuzlocke. Anyways, moving right along, we get to see our friend Riz the Merrill in action. I named him Riz because the second I realized he either had huge power or at least had a chance at having it, he rizzed me the fuck up, not gonna lie, because that is going to be a huge asset moving forward. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyways, I think it's pretty interesting that we're not seeing any of these hikers so far with any rock, ground, or fighting types. Like, is this man gonna Spider-Man hike with a spinner rack? On second thought, that actually sounds kind of fun. Like, think about it, you could literally cosplay as Spider-Man if you put a spinner rack on each wrist. You just better hope their grip strength is on Angry Let's See on Mom levels, because if they let go, you're going down like Dick Grayson's parents. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be all bad because your kid would get raised by Batman, but it's also questionable whether or not that's a good outcome depending on which universe it is, cause like, could you imagine if it was Injustice? Speaking of, I think it would be cool to see a Pokemon Injustice ROM hack where a strong trainer like Red or Cynthia just does a complete 180 and becomes like the Homelander evil Superman archetype of the verse. Anyways, you'll see this hidden area right here. I guess there's more of these hidden throughout the game which features static overworld Pokemon, but I can't do this one because we already got our encounter for the area. Probably for the better though, because a good fairy type this early on might make things a bit too easy. Yeah, earlier last year when I was new to Nuzlocking, I might have gone for it because the stance on static encounters seems to be pretty neutral based on what I've seen, but now that I'm more experienced, I'd rather not count the static encounters separately. I'll win with what I got. Anyways, coming up here, we're going to see a pretty cool little plot detail featuring the tremors which have been occurring in the Orbitus region. I think it has something to do with Regigigas and the evil team, but I won't know for sure because I only watch existing playthroughs on YouTube to know what the level caps for the gyms are. Like, that's as far as I watch them. Other than that, I'm going into this completely blind. And I was lucky enough that the reviews I found were pretty spoiler friendly, or at the very least had timestamps to avoid spoilers, so I'm really excited to see what this game has in store for me plot wise. And now we're about to switch our lead again, this time over to our good friend Buddy the Badoo. In case you're wondering why I named him Buddy, it's because I watch a lot of Ronnie Coleman videos. Yeah, Buddy! Lightweight, baby! Yeah, I'm not into weightlifting to blast gear and do shows, but I still look up to the legends in the weightlifting world without a doubt. Anyways, moving right along, I realized right here that I forgot to finish the Weedle event, so I'll have to turn around real quick after I get through the story dialogue. The guy right here is Professor Redwood, the professor of the Orbitus region, and our rival Oscar, and I'm honestly not sure why I named him Oscar, but it seemed like it fit his character design. Okay, thanks, bye. Anyways, finishing the Weedle event was really high on my priority list because that's where you get the Soothe Bell, which is going to be incredibly useful moving forward, not only so I can evolve Badoo, but also help raise the power of the move return should I be provided with the option to add it to any of my Pokemon's moveset. That would definitely be a huge asset on Meryl for sure. Anyways, we just gotta talk to this kid's mom real quick to finish up the event, and it's really too bad that we don't have the option to rizz up the mom real quick because damn boy, she thick! And that's how you know I've been single for too long, but that's the life of a Nuzlocker. But honestly, I'm totally alright with the forever alone thing because I got my weights. Not to mention this overwhelming addiction to Pokemon Nuzlocks. This shit's literally like a drug. Like, it literally changed the way that I viewed battling ever since I started, and I'm really glad that I started Nuzlocking for real. Anyways, the last thing that we're going to do right here is pick up this rare candy real quick, which I'm probably not going to use till the Pokemon League. But anyways, that's all I got today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.